Hey, what's going on, everybody? A little late night recording here on the Fins Up Network as the first round of the 2022 NFL Draft just wrapped up. And while the Dolphins didn't have any picks on Thursday night, still an exciting first round. We saw a couple of Browns, a couple of wide receivers dealt here. A.J. Brown, Hollywood Brown both dealt. No quarterback selected until number 20 when the Steelers took Kenny Pickett. And hey, that was the only quarterback taken in the first round. We don't really see that all too often. The New York Jets, I hate to say this, they probably won the first round. Sauce Gardner, Garrett Wilson, Jermaine Johnson. That is a nice haul. Got to give credit when it's due to the divisional opponents. But then the Patriots end up with the number 29 pick, which was the Dolphins' original pick heading into the first round. Obviously, they didn't have it after the Tyreek deal, but they get Cole Strange, who I loved for the Dolphins as a potential third rounder. So, hey, go get your guy. I can't be mad at it. Go get your guy. But it seems like a little bit early for a guy like Cole Strange coming out of a small school like Chattanooga. But what we're here to do tonight, let's discuss some day two trade up targets. Obviously, Miami has a day two pick, but it's at the end of the third round. So these targets are going to be guys that I thought maybe were kind of like those tail end first rounders, surefire second rounders that, hey, if Miami wants to load up some picks, end up getting just their guy, maybe this could be it. And the first guy right here, I'm very surprised he didn't go in round one. Nakobe Dean, linebacker out of Georgia. I've talked about him a million times so far this offseason. He's the do-it-all linebacker. Speed to go sideline to sideline, solid in coverage against running backs, against tight ends, against some slot receivers, consistent tackler, a guy that can step in and contribute from day one. I've talked about it a million times. The Miami Dolphins, yes, they addressed linebacker, but what they did is they brought their own guys back, those one-year deals. They didn't bring in a new body to the position. If they want to trade up, if they want to make a splash pick, a splash addition yet at linebacker, Nakobe Dean is your guy. Let's move on to the second guy here on the list because it's Logan Hall, defensive lineman out of Houston. So he's got versatility. Talked about him before on Fins Up Network as well. He can play inside. He can play outside on the defensive line. Great get off on the snap. One of the best that you're going to see in this draft class. He also has the frame where if the team that drafts him, they want to move him permanently inside, he's got the frame to add a little bit more weight as well. But the Dolphins went to his pro day. Chris Grier went to the Houston pro day. Maybe it wasn't just for him, but you know that there's potentially a little bit of interest. They saw him firsthand. It's not a huge position of need, but like I said, if the Dolphins want one guy, the talent is there for Logan Hall. Here's a lineman I haven't talked about so far. Bernhard Raymond, kind of a projected late first round guy, potentially early to mid second round guy. Bernhard Raymond, offensive lineman out of Central Michigan. So he's a little raw. Former tight end, still learning offensive line, but obviously because of playing tight end in the past, super athletic, primarily viewed as a tackle at the next level. Here's the red flag. He'll be 25 years old already, his rookie season. Not always the end of the world, but you know he's at the athleticism. He's got the traits to start at tackle, likely within a year or two. There's going to be some rust, not rust necessarily, but there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve. But he's got that athleticism. He's got the traits. He's got the length to make it happen at the next level. And a guy right here, to wrap it up, the final guy here, I didn't expect to see him in the first, but I totally see him as a second round prospect. If I'm wrong on this one and he goes in the third, I honestly think it's going to be earlier in the third than when Miami picks at 102. But Leo Chanel out of Wisconsin, run thumping linebacker, excels in a blitz heavy defensive scheme. Boo hoo hoo. Look what the Dolphins are. They need a run thumping linebacker. They play in a blitz heavy scheme. Getting him in those double A gaps, the offensive line doesn't know where the pressure is coming from. He thrives in that. He led the Badgers the last 2 years in tackles for losses and in sacks. He can step in and contribute in that sub package as early as year one. He doesn't provide much in coverage. We all know that. He's not the do-it-all type of linebacker that we could see out of Nakobe Dean, but he's a good fit for the Miami Dolphins on rundowns and then in those blitz packages. But That's what we've got for some potential day two trade targets. Like I said, exciting round one, despite the Dolphins not having a first round pick. But we'll head into Friday, obviously, with the late third. But hey, if the Dolphins decide to trade up, which I'm not necessarily saying that they should do by any means, but if they do, there's a couple of players to keep your eye on, Dolphins fans. So that's what we've got. We'll be back breaking down whoever the Dolphins end up taking tomorrow. I'll be doing that throughout the entire draft. Every single prospect the Dolphins select, we'll be doing our instant reactions video recap on as well. So until then, next time, Dolphins fans, we'll see you later.